Hello and a warm welcome back to the channel of two-wheeled nonsense. In today's video, which isn't sadly about the E46 M3 CSL, I'm here to look at the new BMW R1300GS Adventure that was announced a few months ago down in Bavaria to mixed acclaim based on its looks. But anyway, BMW says this new GSA is a bike that's as strong as your willpower, but they clearly haven't seen me with 10 bags of Percy Pigs and a bottle of lube. But anyway, I'm going to show you what this is like, take you for a look around it, and find out if it's going to break my legs. Right, here is new GSA. I think actually in person it does look a lot better than in the photos that came out from Garmisch where everyone said, oh, it looks like a toaster. Yeah, it does look a bit like something from one of the early Star Wars films that might be full of Jawas. But anyway, this is going to cost from just under £18,500. Obviously being a BMW, you'll want to put options on it. So that is about 2,400 more than a regular GS. And then you can take it up to well over £20,000. But anyway, there are going to be 4 versions of it, basically. There's going to be TE editions. The normal one is a red one, which was over there, but the BMW PR man's helpfully just taken it away, so you should probably fire him. This is the GS Trophy, which looks sporty. It would normally have a bench seat on it, but it's got more off-roady bits fitted on it. And then there's a triple black version, which I haven't got here. And then there's the option 719 Karakoram, which looks like the Tramontana version of the normal GS. So yes, this is the high-spec version for rich people. It comes with lots of premium editions. It's worth pointing out that the green on this is matte finished, not gloss, like on the regular GS Tramontana. Got gold-spoked wheels as well. And this also gets the shadow billet pack, I believe, as well. So you've got a few billet trinkets on it. But actually, it does look a lot better in person than in all the press photos that we've seen. Now, big differences between this and a regular GS. Obviously, it's got a 30-litre fuel tank. The normal GS, people were whinging because it actually lost a litre when it came out as the 1300 over the 1250. This has got the full whack 30 litres and could theoretically go for 388 miles. It's going to have more weather protection as well, just because it's wider. There are about 1 million different screens you can get on it as well. You've got wind deflectors here. So yeah, when you sit on it, it feels like you could conquer the world in typical GS fashion. I'm not suggesting that you should do that on a German motorbike. It's annoying the red one's gone. So this has got a different, sportier screen there as well, and you get a different screen based on whether you've got the radar cruise and all that jazz as well. Now back over on this trophy one, you'll notice that the crash bars on the 1300 GSAs have got this extra little bit there. And I was quite excited because I thought that's actually a towing loop for slinging it underneath the Chinook, but it's actually apparently to stop it going all the way over when you drop it, which is probably quite handy on a bike that weighs 269 kilos. Now, the whole thing about the GSA is it actually looks like quite an intimidating bike up close, but the seat height can go quite low. There are various options to lower it, lower seats. There's also electronic suspension lowering as well. So you can get the seat height in this bike down to 790 mil, which is about 31 inches, and it goes up to 900 and something mil. As standard from the factory, it will be 870 mil. But yeah, I'm very flat foot on this. I am 6'3", and this feels just all day comfortable. Now, there are a few things you get standard on the GSA that you don't get on the normal GS. Mostly, it's about the suspension. You get DSA, whatever it is, dynamic suspension adjustment, as standard, so you can change it between soft and firm, things like that, on the fly, which is handy for a massive bike. But yeah, up here, it just feels all day comfortable. You've got a gentle reach to the bars. Feels like a GS. It feels like a GSA, but just a very wide one at the front. If you've ridden the old GSA, you'll know how when you're riding in crappy weather in Britain, with it raining cats and dogs and reptiles, you just feel pretty impervious to all of it because it's blocking out everything that's coming at you. In terms of motorbikes, this is the one that perhaps feels most like getting in a car. Now, it won't surprise you to find out that the GSA is powered by the same 1300cc boxer twin as the regular GS, so you get 145 horsepower, and it's 149 newton-meters of torque, so that is exactly the same as in the normal GS. However, this adventure model marks the debut of BMW's Automated Shift Assistant, or ASA, which isn't the Advertising Standards Agency. It is an automatic gear shifting system, which takes away the clutch lever so you don't have to pull it in or let it go when you pull away. You do still get a foot lever though, so you can take over and change gears with your foot. And weirdly, it puts neutral at the bottom of the gearbox, and you can only get into neutral when you're at a standstill. Then, if you hold it down, where you would normally find first, for 3 to 5 seconds, it puts it into park, so it won't roll away when you're on an incline. Sounds quite exciting. Now, to get the quick shifter, you've got to buy the dynamic pack, which is about £820, and then it's another 700 odd pounds to get the automated shift assistant thing. So yeah, it doesn't come with quick shifter blipper as standard, obviously, as an option. And then you go above that to get the automatic version. Are you keeping up? There's quite a lot of options on this bike, and it's more complicated than my continued hair growth. Oh no, wait. Now, I guess one of the questions you might have is how off-roady is a GS8 really gonna be? Well, you do get some extra stuff as standard over the GS to help you. So you get the Enduro riding mode as standard. You can upgrade to get the Enduro Pro riding mode, and I've ridden the F900GS off-road, and that Enduro Pro riding mode made me feel like, you know, a version of Simon Pavey that you bought on Temu. It made me feel like an off-road god, so you can get that on this, so you can drift it, slide it with a safety net. Now, you can also pay 50 quid extra from the factory to get off-road ready knobbly tyres. I don't know exactly what they are as well. But yeah, you also get the aux lights as standard on the GSA as well. And then obviously you can get the trophy version, you get skid plates, you can get all the protection stuff you really need. So yes, you can turn it into an off-road bike, just a really big heavy one that's going to break your leg if you fall off on it. But hey, I'm game for that. Now, if you're anything like me, you're way more likely to take your GSA touring rather than off-roading. I did forget to mention, you've got these bag hooks on the trophy model as well. I think you can add them as a dealer option on any model. It's a bit confusing about what you can do on each model, to be honest, but they're quite cool, so you can look like a proper adventure knob. But in terms of touring stuff, you get heated grips as standard, which is good. On some of the higher spec models, you get the comfort seat as standard. And if I show you, you can get the seat here. It's got an extra tie down point, so you can strap stuff to it. Now, you do get an electrical connection for the top box, which is central locking, but the panniers are not central locking, and, oh no, so I can't get that back on. But yeah, pannier on the right hand side, no electricity. Pannier on the left hand side does have electricity for an internal USB charging. I'm not sure why the left-hand pannier gets some electricity and the right one doesn't, but there you go. And the panniers do not have central locking, unlike on the normal GS. Otherwise, there's some other useful touring tidbits on here. You've actually got a useful phone compartment, which I've got a big iPhone Pro Max, and that does actually fit in there. I've never found a motorbike where that will fit. And there is, in here somewhere, a USB, so you can charge your phone while you're going along. That's really quite handy and useful for touring. Now, if you pay 780 quid extra, you get the touring package, and that gives you the electric windscreen, the pannier racks, the GPS prep, and for some reason, chrome header pipes. BMW sat-nav obviously integrates into the iDrive system. 685 quid though, isn't it? Which is quite a lot of money. And you also get these attachment points for quite a cool looking rucksack style tank bag, which can flip down. And apparently that has been patented or patented, however you want to say it. I should probably put the key in there. I'm not allowed to ride it yet. So there you have it, a very quick walk around of the new R1300GS Adventure. Key takeaways for me is you can get it with loads of toys, including the thing that sits it down 20 or 30 mils, you come to a stop to make it more approachable, and then it sits you back up again as you take off. So it is designed to be way more just accessible, really, than previous versions of the GS. Sorry, I've gone all Sean Connery. But yeah, it looks better in the flesh, in the metal, than it does in pictures as well. I actually quite like the tankiness of it, how it looks like something from Star Wars. It just looks like it's designed to protect you from the elements as you go off on your adventure, even if that is just to the south of France, to be honest. But it's promising to do all the off-roady stuff as well. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, go down to the comments and tell me all the stuff I forgot to tell you about it. And whether you like the looks of it now you've seen it from slightly different angles, and what I should do with one when I finally get my hands on one. See you next time.